We begin with the government of Jamaica's blueprint to rebuild after Hurricane Melissa. In a solemn address to Parliament on Monday, Prime Minister Dr. Andrew HOLNESS unveiled what he described as the most comprehensive national recovery and reconstruction plan in Jamaica's modern history. The plan features a four-phase approach designed to move the island from survival to renewal.
As we move forward from the initial shock of Hurricane Melissa, the government's response is being guided by a clear, structured, and disciplined framework. We are pursuing recovery through four overlapping phases: immediate relief, emergency relief, stabilization, and recovery, and then long-term reconstruction and rebuilding. Each phase carries distinct priorities, but all share a single purpose: protecting the lives and dignity of our people and restoring our nation with greater resilience than before.
HOLNESS says the first two stages are already underway, with the next phase to focus on restoring schools, small businesses, and public facilities.
The next phase will be the stabilization and recovery phase, which focuses on helping families and businesses regain a sense of normalcy and restoring the foundations of daily life. This includes bringing schools back into operation as quickly and as safely as possible. Providing targeted support to small businesses and farmers. Restoring public transportation routes and accelerating the repairs of government buildings and community facilities. Households whose homes are habitable will begin returning from shelters, while those whose properties were destroyed or severely damaged will receive temporary housing assistance and construction support. Utilities will complete permanent repairs, and municipal authorities will operationalize debris removal and rehabilitation programs.
The final stage, he says, will see major capital works to climate-proof infrastructure and strengthen Jamaica's resilience against future storms.
The reconstruction and rebuilding phase will ensure that Jamaica emerges stronger than before. This phase will see major capital works begin to rebuild and climate-proof critical infrastructure, including roads, bridges, water treatment plants, health facilities, and power and telecommunication network. We're going to see those being built out. Housing reconstruction will prioritize stronger building standards, improved drainage, land use guidance, and support for our formal construction systems.
Meanwhile, Prime Minister HOLNESS is reporting that preliminary estimates place total physical damage between $6 and $7 billion, representing nearly 1/3 of Jamaica's GDP.
Detailed assessments are still underway, but I wish to share very preliminary, high-level estimates only to illustrate the scale of the devastation. Based on benchmarks from comparable regional disasters, physical damage to housing, commercial buildings, roads, electricity, water, and telecommunications infrastructure is estimated between $6 to $7 billion, equivalent to roughly 28 to 32% of last year's GDP, last fiscal year's GDP.
HOLNESS warns that the short-term economic fallout could shrink national output by between 8 and 13%.
We anticipate a temporary slowdown in economic activity, particularly in the most affected parishes. Agricultural output will decline in the short term As farmers replant and livestock operations recover, the tourism sector, while resilient and working swiftly to reopen, will require targeted support to restore capacity and confidence. Small and medium-sized enterprises, especially those in retail, manufacturing and services, and the creative industries, have sustained significant losses and will need liquidity and recovery support to rebuild inventories, repair their facilities, and restart operations. At the same time, supply chains for food, construction materials, and consumer goods are being actively restored, though some market disruption may occur in the immediate weeks ahead. A very preliminary estimate suggests that short-term economic output could decline by 8 to 13%.
That was Prime Minister of Jamaica, Dr. Andrew HOLNESS.